morning. Hey, Becca, can you squeeze in? Uh-oh, about to fall. All right. Set. All right. Good morning. So are y'all all coming next week?
Yep.
Our Children's Day. We're going to have, are you inviting your friends to come?
Yep.
We're going to
I'm
get,
invited.
well, Nate's coming. So good job, Kane. Kane's invited Nate. Well, anyway, we look forward to that. We're going to have special stuff in the children's time church, and then we'll have a special meal, too. So. And Kane, we're going to have a Bible for you. I know you want a Bible. We're going to get you a Bible, and we're going to have Bibles for everybody that comes, every child that comes. So. That'd be a good thing. Well, if you already have one, maybe you can share it with a friend. Well, anyway, I want to talk to you today about something. When I came here to be the pastor here at this church, before I came, I had to take a bunch of tests. I had to take all these tests where they ask you about this and about that, and then
You just got smarter and smarter.
yeah, well, I don't know. Kane said you got smarter and smarter. I'm not sure if I did. Or maybe I learned how much I didn't know. But anyway, took all these tests. And then, right before they were going to decide if I could come up here or not, I had to go and I had to meet with all of these people. They had a room. A whole bunch of people came. They had a room. And there was a big table that they sat around. And they were all, I was supposed to come in and sit down at the head of this table. And all these people were circled around, and they were going to ask me questions and say, well, what do you think about this? And what do you think? And do you know this? And do you know that? Well, before I went in, they put me in this little room. And I was waiting. It's kind of like, you ever been in the, well, I know none of y'all have, but if you're like waiting outside the principal's office or something, that's kind of what it's like. I was sitting there waiting and waiting, and I was kind of, I wasn't scared exactly. I was a little bit nervous. Well, I was a little bit scared and a little bit nervous. Well,
Like, I was in the doctor's one time, I flew up in the hallway.
yeah, well, it's just like that. It's just like I'd thrown up in the hallway and was getting ready to go in. And I was really kind of scared. Well, then, this man walked in, and he was there too. And he was going to have the same thing. He was going in front of this group, and they're going to ask him a bunch of questions. And we just started talking. And I said, well, who are you? And he said, well, my name is Jeff. And I said, oh. And he said, and he told me he was from Florida, that he worked with the youth at a church down there. He was maybe going to have to try to find a place to live up here because he was going to try to get this job and everything. And anyway, we started talking, and I noticed, I said, well, you know, that's nice to have a friend when you're somewhere like that. I don't feel quite as nervous as I did. I'm thinking about other things, and that's nice to have a friend. And you know, it kind of reminded me of what we've been talking about Moses the last couple of weeks. Moses said in the Bible that God thought of him as a friend, that they talked as friends do, face to face. And so, you know, if you're ever in a situation, know that God is a friend to you, and that you can talk to God, that God is on your side, that God is your friend. You don't have to be as scared or nervous as you might be, that God is, in fact, the Bible says that God is for us. And so God is our friend. Yeah, well, we've all been scared and nervous. That's kind of how we are. And if you look, that's one of our feelings. And if you look, my friend I was talking about has come to visit us today. His name is Jeff Bender. And he passed the test just like I passed my test. And so now he works for the big group that our church is part of. And he's going to come talk about some of what he does and that kind of thing. I'm going to sit with y'all and listen while he talks.